Dream, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. What do these two quotes have in common? They are both associated with men who had a profound impact on our society. Martin Luther King Jr. was an American clergyman and leader in the African American Civil Rights Movement. His I Have a Dream speech was delivered on August 28, 1963, where he asked for where he was fighting for an end to racism in America. Thomas Jefferson was one of our founding fathers and chief author of the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident is the start of one of the most famous sentences from that declaration. These men were very well known, but there have been others who were not as well known but still had a profound impact on our society. For example, in 1924, at a YMCA basement, Ralph C. Smedley held the first meeting of what we know today as Toastmasters International. And we see now what that organization has become. So what can each of us do to make a difference in the world? First of all, we could volunteer. There are thousands of organizations that one could volunteer for, and I've written a website on the board, volunteermatch.org, that connects volunteers with thousands of organizations. You can volunteer by offering time, support, or money. I've worked with numerous organizations throughout the years, and I've felt like that I've made a difference in each one I've become a part of. I've worked with Habitat for Humanity, served in my church's food pantry, and now am serving as an officer in Toastmasters International. In most of the organizations, I didn't know much about what I would be doing before I started. For example, in Habitat, before joining, I only knew how to hammer a nail. But as I went along, I was learning how to frame a house, install a window, and even learn how to install vinyl siding. If you don't have the time to commit to an organization in volunteering, you can also support an organization. I originally joined Toastmasters for myself to improve on skills I needed, but I found that in my support of Toastmasters and talking it up, that a coworker of mine also was looking for just that type of organization. So I soon found myself supporting him as he decided to become a member. If you don't have the time to volunteer or support an organization, you can also offer financial assistance. Most of these organizations are nonprofit and rely heavily on donations in order to keep them running. I would recommend before you donate money to an organization that you research it thoroughly to make sure it's a reputable organization. In addition to volunteering, you can also make a difference by being a friend to those in need. You could be a friend by making a meal, sending a card, or just giving a kind word. You could make a meal for someone who's either sick, has lost a loved one, or you could just pick up an extra biscuit at the Hardee's on your way to work. I saw the idea about the biscuit on Facebook where someone said a coworker of theirs anonymously left a chicken biscuit and a kind note for them after they had had a difficult time. And they said that they didn't know who did it, but it sure made a difference in their day. Cards are a great source of encouragement. My church has a group that gets together once a month and we write cards to those who either need a kind word or have went through a recent difficult time in their life. I've been so encouraged by the responses that these cards have gotten that I now keep a stack of cards in my desk drawer at work and also in my car so that I have them handy whenever I feel the need. You could give a kind word to anyone, and this is also a great source of encouragement. Some examples of this would be telling someone they look nice today, or just saying hello and smiling at them when you walk down the hall. You could also ask them how they're doing, or ask about maybe a family member who's been ill lately. Benefits to volunteering or making an impact on someone's life are that you make new friends, can achieve or learn new skills, advance your career, and it also helps you just to stay healthy. By participating in a volunteer organization, you can make new friends because most of the organizations have a sense of community that binds those people together. It's also a great way to meet new people if you're new in an area. I've heard of many people that have joined Toastmasters, and one of the number one reasons they give is that it's a way to network. You can learn new skills, such as I did with the Habitat for Humanity. A lot of people will be afraid to join an organization because they don't think they'll know how to do whatever it is that they'll be doing. But by joining an organization, you can learn new skills that you didn't even know you had. It's also very important in helping advance your career, as employees will see this as an example of a well-rounded person. Volunteering can help you to stay healthy because it eliminates your stress, because you're less focused on yourself and concerned more about others. It's also great to get out and be around positive people. I've went over some of the ways that we can make a difference by volunteering and helping others. I've also mentioned some of the benefits that one will receive from doing that. So I'll just close by saying that we all have gifts that we can give to make the world a better place. And in closing, I'll quote Anne Frank, how wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world.